where we unpack political, socio-economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I'm Manuel Taban, and on this video, I want us to look at the response from the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Salva Kiir, immediately after the Minister of Justice issued the statement that Machar and his colleagues were charged with the crimes that they mentioned. Now, yesterday, after the Minister of Justice issued the statement that Machar and his colleagues were charged with the crimes that they mentioned: one, treason, conspiracy, financing terrorism, crime against humanity, murder, and etc. After that announcement, the President of the Republic of South Sudan came out and issued a Republican decree that was actually announced on the national broadcaster, the SSBC, suspending First Vice President Riek Machar and the Minister of Petroleum, that is Puok, Kang. Now, they're suspended from their offices. And you could easily notice that this was a very, very coordinated incident. The two were very coordinated incidents, because from the time when the minister issued the statement, and then when the president took it on the national broadcaster to announce the decree, it was just a very short time frame, and you can easily notice that this was a coordinated thing, a coordinated incident, that the minister is gonna issue all the charges, and then the president goes on the national broadcaster to announce the suspension of the two. And this is a very common practice in many democracies, that when a public figure, when anyone holding a public office is charged with crimes and he is going to be tried in the courts of law, this person either resign by themselves, or they're suspended from their office. And until they're found innocent, they can come back and get into their office. But when they are actually convicted, then they will not get back to their office. And this is what exactly the President of the Republic of South Sudan did. It's a very common practice. Suspending them was not unlawful. That was the right thing that the president did, because one, this person is going to be tried, and when he is being tried, he's not entitled to hold that public office. But the major thing I want to talk about in this video is the impact of this suspension on the country, but also, most importantly, on the implementation of the peace agreement. Now, we know that South Sudan right now is running under a broad-based government, or a unity government, which is an inclusion of the SPLM-IO, SPLM in government, other opposition parties, and then the former detainees. It's a very collective, it's a collection of figures who compose actually the current government, the current unity government. Now, the suspension of Machar, mainly, I'm just going to talk about Machar, leave alone the other figures who were charged as well. But Machar, the suspension of Machar here is going to paralyze the implementation of the peace agreement. And here I want to argue in three ways. In three ways how this is going to affect the implementation of the peace agreement. Now, the Revitalized Agreement on the Resolution of Conflict in South Sudan, that was actually made in Addis Ababa in 2018. That peace agreement was designed in such a way that the president cannot make decisions by himself. Most of the decisions that needs to be done according to the agreement should have been made through consensus by the government, the president, the first vice president, and all other vice presidents. That is how the peace agreement was designed. There's no way Kiir would do things by his own. That is according to the peace agreement. Even doing appointments, especially when you're touching positions that are being allocated to the other political parties, if Kiir is doing appointment, he has still to consult with Machar and all other vice president. That is how the peace agreement was organized. So how is it going to affect that? Now, Machar being sidelined, or Machar being taken to court, that means that one, either Kiir is not going to do any decision by himself, or is going to do a unilateral decisions which is going to exclude Machar from it. That means that any decision that Kiir is going to do, he is going to do either by himself without including Machar in it, or he has to stop doing everything that he has been doing until Machar is convicted or found innocent. And then if he's convicted, then another person replaces him, and then he starts making decisions. Or if Machar is found innocent, then he comes back to his position and they continue making decisions. That is how tough it is going to be. And if Kiir continues to make unilateral decisions by himself that exclude Machar and other parties, that means that it is going to create a lot of distrust. It is going to create a lot of tensions and opposition from other people. That is what I've seen. And second of all, the suspension of Machar, I feel it's going to create so much division. So much division within the SPLM-IO, because the other members of the SPLM-IO who are going to be pro-Kiir because they just want to keep their positions. But there are also going to be some that are going to, support Machar, and those who are going to support him, obviously they will either defect or they will go outside and destabilize everything. And that is my worry about it. So it is going to create division within the SPLM-IO. But and it's even going to be more worse when Machar is convicted. When Machar is convicted, when he is found guilty, it is going to destabilize the whole thing. We already have other people out there who are pro-Machar, who are supporting Machar, and who are destabilizing some parts of the country. We know this very well. We know this very well. And if Machar is convicted, it's going to make things worse. It is going to destabilize the country. Other people are going to defect. They are going to others who are within government and who are so much staunch supporters of Machar are going to join those who are already destabilizing the country. And that's how the whole agreement, the whole peace implementation is going to be disrupted. And by the way, Machar holds a very, very important role in the government. He is the first vice president, and the first vice president, according to the agreement, the Revitalized Peace Agreement on resolution of conflict in South Sudan, he shares the governance cluster. And the governance cluster is comprised of so many important ministries, talking of presidential affairs, talking of international foreign affairs and international relations, defense, things to do with internal security. These are all ministries that Machar chairs, ministries that he supervises. So Machar's suspension from this office means that there is a lot that is going to get to standstill. So much decisions are going to be done without him. There's no person who is going to give directions on certain things to be operating. It's going to be a whole bunch of hard time. So I feel this is a very, very crucial moment for South Sudan, and the peace agreement is at risk. The implementation of the peace agreement is really at risk ahead of Machar trial, and it will even be worse, and it will be more at risk when Machar is convicted. When he is found guilty, it's going to be much more at risk. This is my analysis. Thank you so much. I am Emmanuel Taban, and this is the Concern Podcast. And again, thank you so much. Yesterday, I made a video, and the engagement was so great. I love it. Thank you so much for supporting it. We got over 50 subscribers just because of the video that I posted yesterday. And if this is the first time again on this channel, just subscribe. We are going to give you much updates about this trial ahead of us. And until next time, I remain Emmanuel Taban, and this is the Concern Podcast.